voters and poll workers are facing the threats and intimidation tactics all across the country. Watch this.
This is headquarters.
Yes, this is the elections office.
This area has changed. It's more secure now than it was?
Correct.
And there's panic buttons?
There's panic buttons
Each
underneath.
Clerk has an...
Really tried to harden the office as a target as much as we could.
Those safety measures extend way past the doors of his office.
And I have had some incidences in the past where people have followed me back to my neighborhood.
You were followed?
That prompted me to start talking with the sheriff about personal safety. He recommended that I wear a ballistic vest whenever I feel necessary. I wear one pretty much every single day.
Now, we're talking about America here. And this elections official was advised to wear a ballistic vest to go to work as an elections official. I want you to sincerely wrap your mind around what that man just said and what I just repeated. In America, because you got these crazies out here who want to intimidate people from the ballot box. Not only do they want to intimidate the voter, they want to intimidate the people who work there. Voter intimidation is a crime. We don't hear the right wingers talking about that. I need you to, Jessica, just jump on in here now. They got my blood boiling over this.
Right, so we're already in a situation where tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of voters get purged from the voter rolls. It's difficult to get registered to vote in the United States. Everybody's not even automatically registered. There's drop boxes now. Voting early and mail-in voting has become more accessible under the pandemic, but it's still extremely difficult for people to vote. Voters have been disenfranchised, gerrymandered so that their vote is diluted. And now we have people who fundamentally don't believe in democracy. It's already difficult for people to vote in the United States, especially voters of color, especially Black people. And now you have people trying to intimidate people not to voting, not to casting their ballots, but also elections officials who are just trying to make sure the process happens and the votes that are cast are counted. It's disgusting.
It really is, and people are concerned. Let's take a look at this headline showing that people are concerned. This headline was from yesterday. Election officials combat voter intimidation across US as extremist groups post armed militia at some polls. They should be arrested on site because voter intimidation is illegal. And we're talking about an industrialized nation known as the United States of America in 2022 having to deal with this foolishness and mayhem. It really is going back to the time of Reconstruction. We are going backwards in this country over this because of these crazies. And remember these men from back in October who were captured outside boxes in Mesa, Arizona? Yeah, this is America. Welcome to America 2022 when it comes to voting. And these scare tactics are working. New data from Rutgers shows this. 43% of people are concerned about threats of violence while voting. America's fears about upcoming midterm elections. I have not seen anything quite like this, at least in my lifetime, in terms of being an adult lifetime. Cannot believe that these people are doing it, but this is exactly what these people are doing. Election crimes break down into 3 categories. You got ballot and voter fraud. You got campaign finance violations, civil rights violations such as voter suppression or voter intimidation. That's coming from the FBI National Press Office. Election crimes break down into those categories. Voter intimidation is part of those categories. And an election crime becomes a federal crime when one or more of the following occurs. A ballot includes one or more federal candidates, election or polling places, officials abuse their office. The conduct involves false voter registration. The crime is motivated by hostility towards protected minority groups. The activity violates federal campaign finance law. So again, a reminder, voter suppression is a federal crime, but somehow yet these Republicans are getting away with this. We cannot let them do that. So let's keep on pushing and keep track of this. Foolishness and mayhem, to quote a dear friend of mine.